Gentleman yields. Gentleman from Oklahoma is recognized.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Let me make a couple of comments in response to my friend. It was the last president, not this president, who told Russian leaders that he would be more flexible after an election. It was the last president, not this president, that said Russia was not a geopolitical threat and chastised Mitt Romney when he raised it in the campaign. And it was the last president, not this president, that drew a red line and then refused to enforce it. If you actually look at the record, it's this administration and this party that frankly has begun to restore America's defenses after years of neglect by the last administration. That's not good news for Russia. It's this administration that has also encouraged and cajoled some of our allies to increase their defense levels up to the levels that they themselves had committed to. It was this president that twice enforced red lines in Syria. It was this Congress that administered ever increasing penalties on Russian sanctions. So I think if you look at the actions are pretty impressive. But I want to actually get back to the matter at hand, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, in closing, I want to encourage all members to support the rule. Today's bill represents the next step toward fulfilling our primary obligation as members of Congress, funding the government of the United States. Although not perfect, the bill before us today will lead to the completion of the House's work on 2 more appropriations bills. We will provide funding for important government activities like fighting forest fires, funding the Indian Health Service, enforcing tax and securities laws, and funding our national parks. And we will ensure that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is no longer allowed to operate without congressional oversight. While I look forward to completing our work and passing all 12 appropriations bills, this legislation represents an important step along the way to fulfilling that goal. I applaud my colleagues on the Appropriations Committee for their work, and with that, Mr. Speaker, I yield back the balance of my time, and I move the previous question on the